and gentlemen, it's time for the Kansas High School Sports Awards, brought to you by USA Today Network, in partnership with Kansas State Treasurer Lynn Rodgers.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the state's best high school athletes.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Addie Barnes of Blue Valley West High School.
The most accomplished girls swimmer in Blue Valley West history, Addie Barnes capped her prep career with a dominating performance at the Class 6A State Championship meet, earning Athlete of the Meet honors after sweeping state titles in the 200-yard individual medley and 500-yard freestyle, and also leading the 400-yard freestyle relay team to gold and the Jaguars to the Class 6A state title. She was a 10-time Eastern Kansas League champion and led the Jaguars to 3 straight league crowns. A University of Kansas signee, Barnes broke 10 school records in her career.
Congratulations, Addie, on being the best in the state. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is John Amron of St. James Academy.
Last year's Best of Kansas Preps Boys Swimmer of the Year, John Amrine came back even stronger as a senior and added to his already impressive resume. After winning his first 2 state titles as a junior in 2020, Amrine defended his Class 5-1A state crowns in both the 200-yard individual medley and 100-yard breaststroke. For the second straight year, he set the state meet record in winning the events. Amrine never finished lower than 3rd at state in the 100 breast in his 4 years, and finished with 8 top 6 state finishes in his individual events, twice earning first-team All-State status.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, John.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing. and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Golfer of the Year is Julie Meismer of Blue Valley West High School.
Julia Meismer has already put herself among the state's all-time great high school girls golfers, capturing 3 Class 6A state titles in her first 3 seasons. After winning each of her first 2 state championships in playoffs, Meismer posted a 2-day total of 144 and won by 5 shots. Meismer was also named the Central Links Kansas Player of the Year in 2020.
Congratulations, Julia. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Golfer of the Year is Nicholas Mason of Mill Valley High School.
With a first name reminiscent of one of professional golf's all-time greats, it's no wonder Nicholas Mason is a standout in his own right on the links. The Mill Valley senior captured the Class 5A state championship this season. The Kansas State signee won 3 other tournaments this season and finished with a 72.5 scoring average for the season.
Congratulations, Nicholas.
Carrie Walsh-Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Are you ready to reunite with your money? Did you know it's quick, easy, and free to do? Head on over to kansascash.ks.gov and search for yourself, your business, your friends, and your family, even nonprofits. If you find a claim that's yours, you can easily claim most unclaimed property with just a click. Your cash is just moments away. Get started at kansascash.ks.gov today.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh-Jennings.
Carrie Walsh-Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh-Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are and the Kansas Volleyball Player of the Year is Caroline Bean of St. Thomas Aquinas High School.
The top player on Aquinas' nationally ranked team, Caroline Bean led the Saints to the Class 5A state championship and a 29-2 record, the program's 2nd straight state championship. The University of Kansas signee was a 4-time first-team All-Class 5A selection and was named the 5A Player of the Year as a senior, as well as Eastern Kansas League MVP and AVCA Under Armour All-American.
Congratulations, Caroline.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Tennis Player of the Year is Clara Whitaker of Capon Mount Carmel Catholic High School.
Clara Whitaker became just the 4th girl in Kansas history to capture 4 straight state singles tennis championships. Whitaker capped a 31-0 senior season with a dominating 6-1, 6-2 win in the state championship match, and finished her career with a 125-5 overall record in singles play. During her undefeated senior season, Whitaker didn't lose more than 4 games in any of her matches.
Congratulations, Claire. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Tennis Player of the Year is Daniel Harkin of Manhattan High School.
After coming up just short in his bid to win a Class 6A state singles tennis championship as a freshman and sophomore, and his junior season lost to COVID-19, Daniel Harkin finally reached the pinnacle as a senior. He capped a 27-1 senior season with a 6-4, 6-2 win over Shawnee Mission East's Graham Ferris in the state championship match for his first state tennis championship. Harkin will compete in cross country and tennis at Kansas Wesleyan.
Congratulations, Daniel.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships, and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Taylor Briggs of Chapman High School.
A 3-time winner of this award, Taylor Briggs became just the 6th girl in state history to win 4 state championships. Briggs left no doubt in any of her state championship races, winning all by at least 13 seconds, and 3 of the 4 by 30 or more seconds. Briggs was most dominant as a senior, winning by more than 2 minutes with her winning time of 18 minutes, 18.96 seconds, her best state meet time of her career. Briggs has never lost a postseason race in her career in cross country or track and is signed with Iowa State.
Congratulations, Taylor. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Cormac Logue of Girard High School.
The Logue name carries plenty of clout on the Kansas cross-country scene, and Cormac did his part to strengthen that legacy. After older sister Callie won 4 state titles in her career at Girard, Cormac blazed his own trail and captured 2. After winning the Class 4A state title in 2019, Logue took the Class 3A state title in 2020 as a senior.
Congratulations, Cormac.
Desmond, follow me here.
Okay.
The 4 Horsemen.
Murderers Row.
The Steel Curtain.
Broad Street Bullies.
Oh, good one. Phi Slamma Jamma.
The Splash Brothers.
You did good at that game. Certain groups of athletes stand the test of time, not just for what they did, but for how they did it.
Yes, and to present our award in gymnastics, we're honored to have with us a member of another iconic ensemble from that golden quintet of the Rio Olympics. Here's Laurie Hernandez.
Laurie Hernandez, a member of U.S. Women's legendary Final 5 gymnastics team, helped bring home team gold and earned a silver medal for herself at the last Summer Olympics. The Jersey girl is back, competing again on the world stage, and as many know, she also took Dancing with the Stars by storm, finishing as the season 23 champion.
Hey, what's up guys? Laurie Hernandez here, and I am honored to give some love to gymnasts from coast to coast. This is an Olympic year, so our sport gets some time to shine in prime time. Don't get me wrong, that's a great thing and all, but for you guys, it doesn't matter what year it is. You're in the gym, putting in all the hours on the floor, beam, bars, horse, vault, and the rings, because you all know that perfect routine is out there. And if you love that chase of perfection, then you'll definitely have mad skills in whatever career path you choose. You hear people say, leave it out all on the floor. Well, I'm here to tell you that even if you get a perfect 10, a lot of what you learned in gymnastics comes with you off the mat and into the real world. So congratulations on a great year, and let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Gymnast of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Gymnast of the Year is Talia Gay of Free State High School.
The all-around state champion as a sophomore in 2018, Talia Gay dealt with a back injury as a junior that limited her to just 2 events at the state meet. But she came back strong as a senior and captured her 2nd all-around title in 3 years. Gay swept the state title in the uneven bars all 4 years and captured the balance beam title her senior year as well. She also took second on the floor exercise and third on the vault, leading Free State to the team championship.
Congratulations, Talia.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right? Yeah. What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock and the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
You put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tricolor rented shoes and rode the ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes, the Kansas native, has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are And the Kansas Female Bowler of the Year is Kaylee Back of Bishop Carroll High School.
A Class 5-1A state champion as a freshman in 2019, Kaylee Back slipped to 4th in 2020. But as a junior in 2021, Back was back with a vengeance and captured her second state championship in 3 seasons. Back rolled a 734 series at the state tournament, 72 pins better than her winning score as a freshman, and won by a mere 8 pins. Back's performance helped Bishop Carroll run away with the team championship as well. She is a 3-time first-team All-State selection.
Congratulations, Kaylee! And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Bowler of the Year is, love to see this, my friend Brandon Bonta of Wichita Northwest High School.
A 3-time state runner-up, Brandon Bonta finally reached the pinnacle as a senior, capturing the Class 6A state title with a 788 series. Bonta led the state in average 3 of his 4 years in high school, finishing with a career average of 233, including a 240 average as a senior. He rolled a perfect game and 822 series as a freshman and had 37 career games of 250 or better. He finished runner-up in Class 6A as a freshman and was second in Class 5-1A as a sophomore and junior, missing out on the title by 4 pins as a junior. He was a 4-time first-team All-State selection.
Congratulations, Brandon!
Let's move on to a very impressive award.
And now, the Scholar Athlete of the Year, presented by Kansas State Treasurer Lynn Rodgers.
Good evening. I'm Kansas State Treasurer Lynn Rodgers. I am so proud to be with you tonight to recognize all of the amazing student athletes in Kansas. Despite an unprecedented year, you have all achieved success both in and out of athletics. And you have demonstrated true perseverance and learned skills that will stick with you for life. Sports teaches us that success comes with cooperation, to work together as a team or a community to achieve a common goal. And that success comes with determination, never giving up, even when times are tough. There's no doubt that you all have a successful, bright future ahead of you, and all of you make me hopeful for the future of Kansas.
And the Kansas Scholar Athlete of the Year is Addie Barnes of Blue Valley West High School. Addie Barnes doesn't only excel in the swimming pool, but also in the classroom. In the water, the Blue Valley West senior swept state titles in the 200-yard individual medley and 500-yard freestyle. She also led the 400-yard freestyle relay team to gold and the Jaguars to the Class 6A state title. She also won state titles as a sophomore. During her swim career at Blue Valley West, she broke 10 school records. Then there was her work inside the classroom. She graduated with a 4.47 GPA on a weighted 4.0 scale and was a National Merit Scholar semifinalist. She was a part of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, a member of the National Honor Society, and was a freshman mentor. Barnes will continue her academic and swimming career next year at Kansas.
Congratulations, great job. When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics, the one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Kendra Waite of Gardner Edgerton High School.
Already an accomplished state champion in track and field, Kendra Waite put on arguably the most impressive individual performance at a state meet ever by a track and field athlete, boy or girl. With the state meet condensed to a one-day setting, the Gardner Edgerton standout captured 4 gold medals in the span of roughly 3 hours, becoming just the 18th girl in state history to win 4 golds at one meet, and the first to do it at the state's highest classification, 6A. Waite won state titles in the 100, long jump, shot put, and pole vaults. Her top marks this year in each event ranked her top 5 in the state, and her 13-foot pole vault ranks 6th all-time. A prototypical heptathlete, Waite will play volleyball in college for Division I Creighton.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Kendra. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Tyus Wilson of Sterling High School.
The son of KHSAA Hall of Famer Renee Zimmerman Wilson, Tyus Wilson followed in his mother's footsteps quite well, going a perfect 3 for 3 and capturing state high jump titles in his career. He tied the 2A state meet record of 7.025 set by Hoxie's Travis Baker in 1999, and then broke it by clearing 7.2, matching the second best high jump in any classification at the state outdoors. He missed 3 attempts at 7.4, but finished with a season best of 7.3 that ranks him top 3 in the nation this year. Wilson has signed with Nebraska.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Tyus.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer awards.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Soccer Player of the Year is Grace O'Keefe of St. Thomas Aquinas High School.
A prolific offensive threat from day one of her freshman year, Grace O'Keefe was a driving force behind St. Thomas Aquinas' Class 5A state championship team. She scored 13 goals and had 10 assists this season, earning first-team All-Eastern Kansas League honors for the third time in her career. The Missouri State signee was also named the EKL Forward of the Year in a league that produced all 3 state soccer champions. O'Keefe ended her career as a 3-time All-Class 5A selection and a finalist for the Gatorade Player of the Year.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Grace. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Male Soccer Player of the Year is Alan Lopez of Dodge City High School.
Dodge City was the most dominant team in Kansas in 2020, and Alan Lopez was a huge reason why. The senior forward scored 26 goals on the year and led his team to the Class 6A state championship game that capped a 20-0 season. Lopez finished his stellar career at Dodge City with a school record 80 goals and was named the Class 6A Forward of the Year and First Team All-States. Lopez also was named the Kansas Player of the Year by the United Soccer Coaches Association and First Team All-American by the association, as well as an All-Central Regional First Team selection.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Alan.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Desmond, I guess it goes without saying that we both have a special place in our hearts for this next award.
Is it time to talk football, Laura?
It sure is. And while we both spend a lot of our time talking college football, if you've picked up a pigskin just once in your life, you're probably familiar with our next presenter.
No doubt. He's considered by many to be one of the greatest and most accurate quarterbacks of all time. And last season, at 37 years young, he took home the MVP crown. Here presenting the awards in football is none other than Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the third MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumblerooski. So what do you say? We get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron. Here are the honorees for Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Football Player of the Year is Ethan Kramer of Mill Valley High School.
In a sport where skill players grab all the headlines, Ethan Kramer's physical play up front on both sides of the ball made him the state's most dominant player in 2020. The 6-foot, 268-pound offensive and defensive lineman led Mill Valley to back-to-back Class 5A state titles and was a two-time first-team All-State Top 11 pick by the Topeka Capital Journal. Kramer also was a standout wrestler, capturing Class 6A state titles at 285 pounds as a junior and 220 pounds as a sophomore.
Congrats, Ethan. You are the best in the state.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting, pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Here are your honorees for the Female Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Kansas Female Wrestler of the Year is... Jordan Connect of Paola High School.
Jordan Connect served notice immediately upon entering high school that she was going to be a force to be reckoned with, when as a freshman at Paola, she captured a Frontier League title, a boys' Frontier League title, with Paola not fielding a girls' team until her junior season. A past girls 15 under national champion, Connect captured the 123-pound girls' state championship as a junior, going 30-0, and as a senior was arguably the most dominant wrestler in the state.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Jordan. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are... And the Kansas Male Wrestler of the Year is... Hector Cerratos of Andale High School.
Already a two-time state champion for Andale going into his senior season, Hector Cerratos had arguably the toughest path of any returning state champion in going after his three-peat. His 3-1 win not only gave Cerratos this third straight title and capped a 31-2 season, but also clinched the Class 4A team championship for the Indians. Cerratos finished his career with a 119-36 record, including a 95-15 mark in his 3 championship seasons.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Hector.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the community.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
Excuse me?
Hey, how's it going? Can I get you a drink?
Oh, no, I'm just up here to order some food.
No, please, I got this round. Hey, can we get a couple drinks down here? Hey, buddy, can we get some drinks? These guys are slammed today. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, what you drinking? Can I buy you a drink?
Guys, seriously? I'm just trying to order some fries.
Hey, man, I'm getting her a drink.
No.
No, I mean, I'm getting her one right now.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Hey, girl, I got you.
Wow, thank you. How did you get these so fast?
I ordered it to refill.
What's refill?
It's a new fast and easy way to order your food online.
Oh, you can just order it right from the bar.
Yep.
Can I bring it to you?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Kansas Softball Player of the Year is Nyjah Kennedy of Topeka High School.
A two-time All-State Top 5 selection in basketball, the argument could be made that Nyjah Kennedy's best sport is softball. This season, she led Topeka High to a historic season as the Trojans went 25-0 and captured their first Centennial League title and first Class 6A state championship. Kennedy was such a weapon at the plate that in the Class 6A regional finals, she was intentionally walked each time she was up. Kennedy struck out 16 in each of the 3 state tournament games and gave up just 6 hits and no earned runs at the state tournament.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Nyjah.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeathed runners scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big locks. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Baseball Player of the Year is Ben Caderna of Blue Valley Southwest High School.
Sporting a fastball that ranges in the mid to high 90s, Ben Caderna was arguably the most dominant pitcher in the state this year and led the Timberwolves to the Class 6A state championship. The LSU commit was the winning pitcher in the Class 5A state championship game. The co-pitcher of the year in the Eastern Kansas League, Caderna was named the Class 5A Pitcher of the Year and First Team All-States.
Congratulations, Ben. Hope to see you striking folks out in the major leagues soon.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names, and I'm going to try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Kansas Female Basketball Player of the Year is Peyton Verhulst of Bishop Miege High School.
One of the most high-profiled and nationally accomplished prep girls ever in Kansas, Peyton Verhulst was a rare All-State Top 5 selection by the Topeka Capital Journal and led her team to 2 state titles. Verhulst, a Louisville signee, was a member of the 2019 USA Basketball U16 national team and led it to a gold medal at the 2019 FIBA Americas Championship, earning MVP honors at the tourney. A 3-time Eastern Kansas League MVP, she is a 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year in Kansas and was chosen to play in the McDonald's High School All-American game, one of only 3 Kansas girls ever chosen for the game.
Congratulations, Peyton. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Male Basketball Player of the Year for the state of Kansas is Mark Mitchell of Bishop Miege High School.
One of the top recruits in the nation for the class of 2022, Mark Mitchell led Miege to the Class 4A state championship in 2021 as the Stags capped a 22-1 season with a dominating win in the state championship game. The 6'8" junior forward is already over the 1,000-point mark in his career. He is ranked number 9 nationally and is considered the number 2 power forward in the class of 2022, holding offers for more than 10 Division I programs, including national powers Kansas and North Carolina.
Congratulations, Mark.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, "Courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow."
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship and through their strength and tenacity were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the state of Kansas is Alex Edwards of Jackson Heights High School.
Alex Edwards has showed courage long before he knew what the word meant. It is something he has shown both in life and in athletics, and it's why he is the Kansas State High School Sports Courage Award winner. His battle began at the age of 3, when he was diagnosed with a heart condition called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a disease in which the heart muscle becomes abnormally thick. It's the same disease that took Alex's mom's life when he was just 5 years old. His battle continued throughout his teenage years. He received a pacemaker at 12, but 3 years later, his life expectancy was day to day. Then on October 30th, 2018, the day after Alex's 16th birthday, he received a new heart. A student who was unable to attend school regularly for many years, who when at school struggled to breathe walking from class to class, suddenly had new life. And with that new life, he decided to do something he never could do before. Alex joined the cross-country team. But it wasn't just because of his new heart that Alex decided to take up a sport he never could have imagined participating in before his transplant. He did it to honor his friend, one whose life ended tragically early. 2 months after Alex had a successful heart transplant, his close friend and classmate, Garrett Clark, died in a car accident. Clark loved the sport of cross-country. So with his new heart, Alex put all of it into cross-country, just like Garrett's. And not only has Alex become an active member of the cross-country team, he has been a big part as to why the team has found success over the last 2 seasons. This past year as a senior, he earned a varsity letter for being a scoring member of the team and participating on varsity for all 9 of the team's meets. Alex was also the team's 5th runner of the 2020 state qualifying cross-country team. And in the KHSAA Class 1A state championship race, which came 1 day after the 2-year anniversary of his heart transplant, he crossed the finish line in 90th place.
Congratulations, Alex.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around. I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play, there really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best, but now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year.
Dodge City High School boys soccer team, Shawnee Mission Northwest High School girls basketball team, and Washburn Rural High School boys and girls wrestling team.
And the Kansas Team of the Year is Shawnee Mission Northwest girls basketball team.
Shawnee Mission Northwest girls basketball program has been a consistent winner throughout the 2000s, but had never reached the pinnacle in Class 6A. Until this year. Ending the 2019-20 season with an overtime loss to Derby in the Class 6A state tournament, Northwest set out on a mission in 2020-21. And despite dealing with the uncertainties of a COVID-19 interrupted season, the Cougars stayed the course and finished 23-0 to capture the program's first state championship. Northwest beat preseason Class 6A number 1 and one loss to Topeka High 61-54 in the championship game to cap a perfect season that also included a win over Class 4A state champion Bishop Miege, the Stags' lone loss in their championship season. Northwest has compiled a 129-35 record over the past 7 years under head coach Tyler Stewart, reaching the state tournament 6 times.
Congratulations, ladies. Way to claim your first state title. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are
Terry English, girls basketball coach from Bishop Miege High School. Damon Parker, boys wrestling coach from Washburn Rural High School. Chris Schmitz, football and basketball coach from Olpe High School.
And the Kansas Coach of the Year is Chris Schmidt of Olpe High School.
The 2020-21 season will be one Olpe's Chris Schmidt won't soon forget. In the fall, he led his alma mater to its second state football championship as Olpe claimed the Class 1A state title with a 14-0 win over Oakley in the championship game. The title capped a 13-0 season, the first undefeated season for the school since 1965, during which the Eagles allowed just 35 points the entire season, posting 7 shutouts, with its first-string defense allowing just 3 touchdowns all season. The title was the second for Schmidt at Olpe, the other coming in 2014. The Olpe boys basketball coach as well, Schmidt guided the Eagles to a Class 1A state championship in that sport as well, as Olpe survived the toughest sub-state in the state and then knocked off number 2 Little River and number 1 and undefeated South Gray in the state semifinals and championship game respectively. In 14 seasons as football coach, Schmidt is 131-33, and in 24 seasons as basketball coach, his record is 430-140.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right. Let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Peyton Verhulst, a senior from Bishop Miege High School. Nijah Kennedy, a junior from Topeka High School. And Kendra Waite, a senior from Gardner Edgerton High School.
And the Female Athlete of the Year for the state of Kansas is Peyton Verhulst of Bishop Miege High School.
In the litany of great players who have taken the basketball court for Bishop Miege over the years, Peyton Verhulst may go down as the best ever for the Stags. A 3-time first-team top 5 All-State selection, Verhulst led Miege to 2 Class 4A state championships and a runner-up finish in her 4 years. The other season cut short when COVID-19 concerns canceled the state tournament. Verhulst transcended the high school game. A top 10 recruit nationally who signed with Louisville and was selected to play in the McDonald's High School All-American game, Verhulst has starred for the U.S. U16 national team that took the gold medal at the 2019 FIBA Americas Championship, earning MVP honors at the tournament. The Gatorade Player of the Year in basketball, Verhulst was also named the Class 4A Volleyball Player of the Year this year after leading the Stags to the state championship.
Congratulations, Peyton. Best of luck at Louisville.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're going to give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'll say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Jaden Garrison, a senior from Little River High School. Daniel Harkin, a senior from Manhattan High School. Ethan Kramer, a senior from Mill Valley High School.
And the Male Athlete of the Year of the state of Kansas is Ethan Kramer of Mill Valley High School.
Ethan Kramer was more than just a standout on the gridiron for Mill Valley during his prep career. In fact, as good as he was on the football field, and as a 2-time All-State Top 11 selection, that was darn good, he might have even been better on the wrestling mats. Already a 2-time state champion coming into his senior season, Kramer finished his career with a third straight state title, winning the Class 5A crown at 285 pounds. Kramer finished the season 20-1 after going 43-7 as a sophomore and 28-2 as a junior, with Class 6A state titles at 220 and 285 pounds respectively. In football, they led Mill Valley to its second straight Class 5A state championship as a 2A first-team All-Sunflower League selection on the line, finishing the season with 49 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss, and 7 sacks, and as the top blocker for an offense that averaged more than 40 points per game.
Congratulations, Ethan. Impressive two-sport domination. Best of luck in Colorado.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.